Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you once again for stopping by to check out my video. So in today's video I wanted to discuss the top 3 things which I personally changed in my life, which changed my whole life. The 3 fundamental changes that I want to discuss in today's video are sleep, diet and showering. So let's break all of those down and discuss. The first point I want to talk about is sleep. Now, not a lot of people know a great deal about sleep. So what we do know from a scientific point of view is that sleep is a way for our body to rest. It's a way for our organs to rest and re-energize themselves. Our bodies have inside them a thing called a body clock. The scientific word for that is a circadian rhythm. Essentially what this means is, in a nutshell, back in the day when humans first became human beings, our circadian rhythm was that when the sun starts to go down and it starts to get dark, melatonin, which is a chemical in our body, floods our brain and tells us that it's time to go to sleep and rest. In that process, what happens is all of our organs in our body, they don't shut down, but they start to power down slightly. And each of our organs in our body actually re-energize themselves. Then what happens next is the sun would rise in the morning. This would allow melatonin to release from the brain and we would wake up. Now this sort of process has been all well and good up until probably around 30-40 years ago, when people started getting electronics come into their life. Especially most recently in the last sort of 10 years, things like the iPhone and the iPad, they've become part of our evening routines. Now not a lot of people know this, but an iPhone, an iPad, anything that's kind of sits in the same realm as an iPhone and an iPad, it actually emits a light that scientists call a blue light. Now basically a blue light has a shorter wavelength, so it has more energy packed into it. I won't bore you with all the scientific side of it, but essentially what it does is the light that comes from an iPad or an iPhone, it floods our brain with this false light. And what that does is it blocks the production of melatonin. And obviously we know melatonin is a chemical that helps our brain start to go to sleep. So what happens is we get in bed at night, we sit there and scroll through Instagram, through Facebook, maybe text some of our friends on WhatsApp, maybe watch some videos on YouTube of cute fluffy cats. And before we know it, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and we try to go to sleep, but we can't because our brain is just flooded with all of this information. And essentially where that comes from is the fact that there's no melatonin in the brain, so your mind's being blocked from going to sleep, but also you've got all this energy from this blue light that's come from your iPad. So one of the very first things that I done was I actually, when it got to about 9 o'clock at night, I would put my iPhone and my iPad onto airplane mode, put them on charge in the corner of the room, and I would just sit there and read a book. Now from what I understand, forgive me if I'm wrong with this, but things like tungsten lights, which is that yellowish orange kind of light, they don't emit a blue light, so you're not really blocking any release of melatonin in your brain. But anyway, enough about all the scientific side of stuff. Let's talk about the benefits of actually getting a full night's sleep. Now, over the years, I've read many different things saying that you should get 4 hours, 6 hours, 7, the most common one being you should get 8 hours sleep. I don't think that there is any actual number of what you should get every single night, but from my own experience, 7.5 to 8 hours sleep is perfect for my body personally to reset itself and re-energize everything in my body. Now, back in the day when I was kind of 16, 17 years old, all I would do is just come home, get into bed, scroll through my phone, play video games until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Then I would be like messed up in my head. My head would just be blurry with shit. And basically what I'd do, I'd end up being in bed, I'd end up going to sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd wake up at 7 o'clock to go to school or work the next day, and I would feel like crap. Not only do you feel like crap, your organs actually begin to start not working properly. This is because they haven't had time to rest, they haven't had time to re-energize themselves. And the exact same thing can be said about your brain. Your brain doesn't have a chance to relax, it doesn't have a time to shut off, it doesn't have a chance to flood itself with the chemicals and the neurons needed for it to function properly. And this leads to the age-old theory that if you don't sleep for like 4 days, you're going to start hallucinating. Your mind's going to start playing tricks on you, and most of all, it's going to start to send you a little bit crazy because your brain isn't functioning properly, it's not working properly. Also, it has been noted scientifically that lack of sleep or poor sleep patterns can actually lead to chronic diseases and, at worst case scenario, depression and anxiety. And I will cover depression and anxiety from my point of view in a later video. So let's talk about the actual benefits of it. Come on, Stu, get to the point. So not only does having a full 7.5 to 8 hours sleep give your body enough time to re-energize itself, it also gives your mind a time to shut down, but it also allows you to wake up the next morning and feel alert. You feel energized, you feel alert, you feel more awake. There's less time for sleep inertia. Sleep inertia is like that 15-minute window in the morning when you wake up and you feel a bit groggy and a bit cloudy-headed, and that eventually fades out and goes away. But essentially, in a nutshell, it makes you feel happier on the inside. It makes you feel really good. You wake up in the morning, you're happy, you're alert, you're energized, you're positive, you're looking forward to the day. Obviously, if you have a really bad sleep pattern, you're gonna wake up in the morning, feel groggy, tired, droopy-faced, and not really gonna do much that day. Okay, so this brings us on to point number 2, and point number 2 is diet. Now, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a specialist nutritionist that knows a great deal about food. I again can only speak from my own personal experience in the hope that it helps you guys. But diet is a very, very, very important part of our lifestyle. Imagine this for a second. You go out and you spend loads of money on a new Ferrari and you're like, man, this Ferrari is awesome. And you go to the petrol station, or to your American friends, the gas station, and you find that there's this new gas or new petrol that's available for any car, and it's like $20 cheaper, but it's not made from real stuff. But you think to yourself, well, it's super cheap and it's convenient, it's quick, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna put it into my car. Now, it's mostly like vegetable oil and it's stuff that kind of will make it go, but who knows really what's gonna happen with it. And you put it into the car. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, you're driving down the road and the car starts chugging, it starts basically being sick inside itself, and the car eventually breaks. The exact same thing happens to our bodies. If we ram our bodies full of sugars and salts, it can be detrimental to the organs in our body. It can actually physically make you sick. It can actually make you an ill person. It can destroy your body. Now again, I'll use myself as an example. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I literally mean like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I came back from traveling, I realized I didn't need to have a six-pack anymore, so I went all out. I literally would wake up in the morning, drink cans of fizzy pop, I would eat chocolate bars, crisps, get takeaway for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I'd snack in between on just pure like donuts and just random horrible foods. Good foods, really good foods. But essentially the months rolled by and I ended up putting on this huge belly. Not only did I put on this huge belly, but I had these like niggling, sharp shooting pains inside me. And my girlfriend was like, you really need to start looking after yourself. Not just for what you look like, but what it makes you feel like on the inside. To cut a long story short, I went and got a personal trainer. He helped me with a nutrition plan, which by the way, I'm advising you to go away and do your own research on what we need as human beings in our body when it comes to food, because food is fuel. And basically I just started eating the same sort of things but healthier, real food versions of them. I stopped eating processed food. I started eating like brown bread in the morning as toast with scrambled or poached eggs on it. I'd have like chicken breast and rice with barbecue sauce for lunch. And then I'd have these big dinners with like a steak and potatoes and loads of veg or salad with it. And I didn't even expect that the changes were gonna be that big. I really didn't. But I remember after about 4 or 5 days, I woke up and I felt genuinely amazing inside. When I coupled that with a gym routine that the personal trainer gave me, after a couple of weeks, I have never felt that good in my entire life. I honestly felt exceptional. I felt like I looked good. I was putting on a bit of size up here. Granted, I've skipped the gym for a couple of months now, but I put on some good size up here. My arms were looking more defined. I was looking more defined here, but I just felt so good on the inside. And basically, when I combined this newfound amazing, healthy, natural, clean, organic food diet with an amazing gym plan that my personal trainer put together for me, it was like Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry playing in the same team. It was just dynamite. I felt absolutely amazing. And the third and final point in this video is showers. And I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking showers, like everybody showers, surely. But I know a great deal of people that only have 1 shower a day, or maybe they have 2 showers a day one day, then they might have 1, then they might go a day without showering. So again, I just wanted to discuss this from my point of view. These are my opinions of what I believe changed my life around for me. Now, for me personally, I have 2 showers a day. I shower once in the morning and once at night, and they both have their own specific reasons as to why I do that. I absolutely cannot start a day until I've had 2 things: a coffee and a shower. Now to me, I don't just necessarily see a shower as a place that I go and get in and it cleans my body. I'm like super spiritual about my showers. You can ask my girlfriend. I'll get in the shower, close that door, lock the door, just stand under and feeling that hot water running over my body. Sometimes I have half a smile on my face and I just stand there and just think about everything that I'm grateful for. I think about my girlfriend, my family, the health I have, the wealth that I'm attaining. I think about all the opportunities, the fact I have my own business, that I have the freedom to work and do as I please all the time. I think about all that I'm grateful for, and I think about all that I want to happen in that day. But I think about all of it with positivity, and I'm just stood there under the shower just loving my life. So for me, a shower is actually a really therapeutic thing in the morning. Also, I kind of look at it this way as well, that when you walk into that bathroom in the morning, you close the door and lock the door, you're not just locking out every single human being in the universe from getting in that room until you say they can come in there, but you're also shutting out everything else. You're shutting out all thoughts, all things, all objects, anything. You are just literally in that bathroom on your own. So for 5 minutes of the day, you get to have that just amazing opportunity to bring your body back down to oneness. You're also washing off the dirt from your sleep, but it feels like you're kind of washing out any excess energies and stuff. I don't know, man, maybe I'm being too spiritual on this, but I love my shower in the morning. The exact same thing can be said about the shower in the evening, except for I use that as more of maybe a de-stress tool if you've been feeling a bit stressed through the day. Just again, shutting everything out in the whole world, locking yourself in there and just standing under the shower. Just think about all you were thankful in that day. And yeah, just showering in the evening before I get into bed. I'm washing all the wax and hairspray out of my hair, and I'm just feeling like super clean. I think that there's two benefits to it. The two benefits are that you will wake up in the morning and be super clean, and you're clean throughout the whole day. This is going to inspire other people to maybe even tell their co-workers and be like, hey, have you seen Stuart? He smells good all the time. But it's also going to have this positive effect on your body where you feel clean, so you feel more energized, you feel better. And that's the other thing, that's the other benefit. You're going to feel more alert. If you get in the shower in the morning, even if you have it a little bit colder than you do at night time, it's going to make you more alert. You're going to be more ready for your day. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I just wanted to run these 3 things by you. If you're not implementing them into your life at the moment, but you feel like it sounds like something that might actually benefit you, or if it's something that you've been looking to do and you really want to try this, then I challenge you to do this. Go to bed on a Sunday night, whenever you watch this video, the next Sunday night, and wake up on the Monday morning and make a conscious effort to have a shower and make your diet right for that day. Take this into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep at night, and make sure you have a great diet and that you shower twice a day. And then just come back to this video and just comment below. When you get to Friday night and you've done it successfully for a week, come back and comment on this video and just let me know if there was any sort of change whatsoever for you. Because this was literally like a week space, this changed for me. And what this allowed me to do, and I really should have probably discussed this earlier on in the video, but this set me up in a more physical, real world way to be like, hang on a minute, I am super energized, I'm super clean, I'm super alert and awake, I'm feeling great inside. So now I'm in a great position to start learning more about the spiritual side of the law of attraction. So again, I hope you like this video. I really appreciate that I'm actually getting a couple of subscribers come through and a couple of people commenting on videos as well. If you did like this video, then do leave it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing to this new channel. I'm super pumped for the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.